Another thing here, guys, one article changed the trajectory of his business. One of the top questions that I get is, Wilson, I want to learn how to build a food truck. Well, you are in luck, friends, because today we are reacting to this chef serving top-tiered sushi out of the food truck and to see whether they are the real deal or not and the lessons that we can learn from this so you can apply it into your own food truck. So make sure you guys stay until the end. Hello friends, my name is Wilson, your friend in helping you build a thriving small business and a profitable food business. If this is the type of content you enjoy, these reaction videos, make sure you smash the like button because this shows me to create more of these guys for you. Now, without further ado, let's dive right in.
A lot of people have stereotype about food from the food truck. My main focus is to have fresh quality seafood. The key to be a good sushi chef, you need to be very patient. What I like about street food is that there's no rules. I could be creative as I can, always thinking about the next level of sushi.
This is really, really cool because when we think about food truck as what this chef was saying is that it's all about efficiency, fast turnover. But you know what? He is not letting this societal norm control how he does his job, how he does his trade. He's trying to be creative and he's going to take his time with it. And this is very, very different from what the expectation of the world is wanting from a food truck. So let's see whether this will actually play out for him, because if it doesn't, then that means that, this is not going to work. But let's see.
Okay, but answer the phone. Thank you for calling this Yoshi's. I'm ordering for Maisi. I don't know if I pronounce it right. My name is Yoshimasa. My business name is called Yoshi. So I have been making sushi for over 20 years now. When it comes to sushi, I need to make sure that everything is super clean because I serve raw fish. So I always take time, extra care. The whole concept is to serve restaurant quality sushi from the food truck. The menu that I serve here is including a lot of traditional rolls, spicy tuna, California rolls, salmon avocado rolls. The specialties of my business included the sea scallop. So I have 2 orders of scallop. Scallop that I use comes from Hokkaido, north part of Japan. First I butterfly and then open it and then lightly seared on one surface, one side, and then make into a nigiri form, and then dress with the homemade yuzu, pepper marmalade, and then finish with a little bit of olive oil and then the black charcoal.
This is definitely not the quality that I would expect coming out of a food truck. Like, I'm expecting something like smashed together, quick, nice and dirty from a food truck. But this is definitely restaurant quality sushi. I love sushi and I'm already like, wow, I'm gonna go to Portland and I'm gonna order some of these. So good. And something that he understands is that, you know what, when you're selling sushi, it has to be top tiered, and it also has to be super hygienic because that's what it needs to be. And I think as Japanese people, they really have been able to hone this craft. Any Japanese place you go to, it's very, very clean, and it's just part of their culture.
It's open and it's sold out. We don't have a call sign actually. The reason why I keep the menu small is so that I just prep enough seafood and I buy enough for the day. All right, how you doing?
Something that he didn't mention as well is because this allows him to be very efficient with his ingredient costs as well. If you order too much of different wide variety of ingredients, what's gonna happen is if you don't sell out, if you don't get sold out, then what's gonna happen is these goes to spoilage. And when it's spoilage, that means your cost of goods sold would increase, making your profit margin much slimmer. Especially when it comes to sushi, it is so important for you to actually have the optimal amount because seafood is best when eaten fresh. So you want to be able to order and buy your fish on a daily. And for him to keep the menu small, it allows him to be more creative with his offerings, which is why he is super smart and a savvy business person when he's able to do this.
How are you? I've got that creative thing for you. Oh, that's nice, nice. Pretty much I pick up fish every day. All right, thank you.
As you can see here, he picks up fish every single day, guys. If you don't have a passion for this trade, then this is not the trade for you. You need to be able to fall in love with the trade, being able to really embrace the status of being a chef, status of being a business owner, is that you're in the trade every single day, that you enjoy the hustle and the bustle. Super important.
The fish I source here is mainly from the company located in Vancouver, Washington. I get salmon from Canada, albacore from Northwest Oregon, scallop from the Hokkaido north part of Japan. The technique that I use at work is all traditional, authentic way, but I always finish with more towards fusion style.
This is really, really cool. The fact that he understands his demographic so well. And why I say that is because, yes, he understands the traditional ways of making good sushi. He also sources from the best places. Vancouver, Washington for salmon, East Coast for the tuna, and Hokkaido for the scallops. This is really important because if it's seafood, it's all about the quality of your ingredients. Now, what he can do is to serve very traditional sushi for the very sophisticated crowd. But because he knows that majority of his customers are not going to be avid sushi lovers that really knows what they're talking about, he needs to be able to tweak it to reach the mass public. So then that way he can create great food while being able to serve his customer demographic.
I think call myself as a chef flexible. I'm not stubborn when it comes to food. I'm always willing to learn, always willing to try something new. My background's so different from any other chef that I'm always open to new techniques. Knife I'm using, this is the knife that my dad gave me when I was 18, 24 years ago. Like every time I use this knife, which I use every day, and reminds me of good memories in my hometown. I was born in Tokyo, Japan. So I have been making sushi for over 20 years now.
Something very interesting about Yoshi is the fact that he is so open for new techniques, being open to try different things out, which is very different from being a traditional Japanese chef. Because as a traditional Japanese chef, majority of them have their own ways of doing things and they like to stick with it because that's the traditional, that's the way it should be done. But for Yoshi, he understands that the new world, what the world wants right now, is something a little bit different, and the positioning that he's putting himself in is a little bit different. It's not to say that it's wrong to be traditional, because there is still a market for traditional, well-made sushi. However, he's positioning himself to serve the newer crowd because he knows that's the type of customers he wants to serve. It's very important for you to identify who is it that you're serving and be able to cater the whole experience to cater to this specific demographic.
Has been doing his business as a sushi chef for over 50 years. So when I was growing up, I never asked my dad how to make sushi. There's always something there that never made me interested. So after I graduated from high school, I decided to move to States and then just learn English. I just wanted to move out of my hometown, then see a different world. First city I moved in is called Ashland in Oregon. So I picked that city so that I forced myself to speak English every day. There you go. Have a good day. I'm gonna make the tamago, which is a...
What an inspiring story this guy has, eh? Leaving his hometown, going in the middle of nowhere, just so then that way he can let his environment force him to speak and learn English. Very impressive. And being able to create a new business and to create his now life.
All right. Arigato, thank you. So the community here is smaller than big cities, but there's always a strong community that everyone cares each other. I always feel like very strong connections between myself to the area, which I really love. This is the one guest that brought all this stuff, stamps and everything. Like this, the Pikachu, all those. The first time we came, my wife suggested some of them.
Another point that he's made, which is very, very crucial if you are wanting to set up a restaurant or a brick and mortar location, is the community. A lot of people neglect when they're choosing a location. They're just thinking about, hey, you know what, is it gonna be good traffic or is it gonna be high rent, low rent, whatever the case may be. But rarely do people focus on community. Yet this is one of the crucial items that's gonna determine the success of your restaurant, is whether the community within that location and is receptive of your concept. And if they're not receptive of your concept, and if it's not going to be popular there, then that probably isn't the right location for your specific concept. So definitely understand that and be aware of that if this is something that you want to do. Choosing a location for your food truck, starting up a restaurant, choosing a location, community is one of the top points.
So it was beautiful, not too hot. First year I moved, 2014, just it rained so much, it rained. So basically, she tricked me. So this is a salmon I just picked up at Cascade Organic. I don't think a customer realized how much work before sushi is formed. I would say just making food is the last 10% of the work. So 90% I think is all prep work. After I moved to Poland, I only worked one place. It's called a Bamboo Sushi. So I started as a sushi chef.
Something that he said there really made me think a little bit, have a double take. What he said is that making of the sushi, the item that you see, is 10% of the work. And the 90% is in the preparation. Truly, this does not only apply to making sushi. This applies to everything you do that is worthwhile. Whether it's building your business, whether it's learning a trade, whether you are competing, it's all about the preparation. You putting in the work to write the business plan, you putting in the work to do all the research, you putting in the work to figure out your customer demographic, you putting in the work to learn, to study, just like what you're doing. These are the 90% of the stuff that no one sees. The 10% is the flame, is the glory, is when you're opening, when you're serving your customers. That's when you're competing, that's when it's game time. But 90% of the time is in the preparation. So true. Something that I really resonate with and something that I want to share with you is that it is okay for you to be in this phase, preparing, learning. Prepare yourself so then that way, when it's game time, you are going to be able to shine.
I got promoted to be like a manager. Basically, what I did was make the like training manuals and hiring chefs. Then I realized myself that for 1 year I didn't even use my knife. I just missed using knife. So this one I use to cut the little bigger fish like salmon, and then this is the sashimi knife I use. I asked my boss to demote me, so I became just a sushi chef. When I said that to my boss, he was very surprised that he thought I was out of mind or something. I'm very happy that I made that decision. So without making that decision, I don't think I'm here now. It is a lot of work, a lot of time involved, but I think it's very rewarding work. And yeah, I love my job. So I worked in bamboo for almost 5 years. Once it hits 4th year, I started thinking about doing my own business. And then I started looking for options or like choices what I could do. So, but you know, opening a restaurant is a lot of money involved. So I came up with the concept that why not I serving sushi from the food truck. I've ordered for Cody, I've ordered for Kathy, and the way it...
This just proves that if you have a will And if it's something that you're passionate about, and clearly he is, and if you're passionate about it, it's okay, you can start somewhere. You can start selling food online on an Instagram. You can have a food truck. You don't need to jump into a restaurant right away. It's okay, you can start somewhere. But the key here is that you've committed and you are going to start. That's the key here, guys. And so yeah, if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about how you can start a business online, you know what? Definitely check out the masterclass below, because that's where we share with you how do you identify something you can sell online and how do you sell and promote it online as well. It's a free training, so definitely check it out in the video below.
Vaccine. So owning a food truck is a lot of work involved. Not only you need to be a chef, you have to deal with the cashier, you do all the cleaning, you do all the prepping. All right, thank you. So see you at 5 o'clock tonight. I started February 2019. I had nothing else to do but watching YouTube and Netflix. We watched like 4 episodes a day. That's how slow it was. Even the first month was slow, but it was just too soon to judge if I should quit or not. So I was gonna wait at least a year till my business picks up. Yeah, I just kept working hard.
Another key, guys, business does not go like this when you start. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately, friends. You need to be able to actually wait. You need to actually grow your loyal fan base little by little. And that's why it's a really, really great mindset that he has. He says that I'm gonna do this for a year. What does that mean, guys? That means if and when you're ready to do this, you must save enough cash flow for you to operate, let's say with no business for, let's say 6 months, 8 months, whatever the case may be. These are your rainy day fund that you must have, because otherwise you're going to be pushed out of business if you're a little bit too ambitious or if you don't plan enough. So must have your rainy day fund.
Poland wrote me an article about my business. That's when I became busy.
Another thing here, guys, one article changed the trajectory of his business. So if you have the ability to market yourself, if you have the ability to get people to write about you, that's going to be one of your superpowers. And that's how we were able to grow so fast with our ice cream chain. If you want to learn a little bit more about that, check out this video. Then definitely, guys, check it out and check out the training below, because that's where we show you how do you get media attention like this.
Oh, 5 o'clock tonight? Okay. Would you like to hear specials, or you know what you like? 2 seaweed salad, and then 1 the special classic roll. Good. And now you can always call ahead, place an order. Are you in a hurry, or? No. We have some big orders. Okay, that's fine. Yeah? Yeah.
Are you open?
We're sold out for lunch.
Oh, you're sold out
for
lunch.
And we'll be back open at 4 o'clock for dinner.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you. Doing my own business, I work average like 12 hours to 14 hours a day. But every time I receive good feedback from people, I was tired before, but as soon as I hear that my hard work paid off, yeah, makes me happy.
Wow. Very, very inspiring. A true restaurateur right here, guys. Like, if you guys have that passion, if you want to be able to build something that you are proud of, then definitely this is a space for you. There's no feeling more rewarding than someone actually consuming the product that you make and giving you that thumbs up. That's feeling you will never ever get anywhere else. So definitely very, very inspiring. Great job, the real deal Yoshi-san. Guys, if you enjoyed this type of video, make sure you guys smash the like button, because that shows me this is what you enjoy and I can create more of these specifically for you. Now, I'll see you guys in the next video.